It was close. Eh?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, they tried.
hey, two touchdowns at the end of the first half.
No, that was impressive. You know,
The crowd was good.
I remember looking at my wife, I going, "Hope's an ugly thing.
Yeah.
Hope is an ugly thing," and
Yeah.
that's what we had. We had
And she
hope.
said, I know, I married you. Hmm.
You,
Oh,
you know, there's that reel, and the guy is opening up a bottle, and he sprays him in the face,
yeah.
and he's like, "It's the same stuff." I'm cleaning up the language for you, Reverend, but I'm like, "It's the same stuff."
Yeah.
That's kind of what I felt this game was. It's the same stuff. This is
Yeah.
what was happening
But
before the.
at least it was a close one at home.
But you know what? You
Most of
know
our
what?
close games have been on the road, Clint.
Yeah,
So at least it was a close one at
close
home.
game at the home. Yeah, and you know what I think that guy should do in that
What's,
video?
what should he do?
I think he should
It,
watch this.
it,
He should watch this podcast.
he should. It'd make his
Wipe
day
his face
better.
off.
It'd make his
What?
day better.
And then watch this podcast and give us a like.
Yeah, like
And I'm sure whoever handed him the towel, share it with them.
that's right, share.
Share it with them.
Yeah.
And then lastly, subscribe and tell your friends
Yeah,
to subscribe.
that's right.
Or
Maybe even
else.
drop a comment or two. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
You never
We
know.
like reading them.
Yeah. So look,
Carlos Austin told me he loved me in the comments. I love you too, buddy.
we're gonna talk about the game. We're gonna talk about the next game. We're gonna against Auburn. We're gonna talk about the coaching search, and we're gonna come back to our list. We had our top three last week. Has that
Yep.
changed? I think it has.
Hey,
Maybe.
Travis,
Huh?
has anybody ever told you they loved you in the comments?
No.
Because no one does. Hit it, Sean Michelle.
1, 2, 3, 4. You ever seen a lame man walk? Ever heard a dumb man talk? Never seen a blind man see? I promise you a change his name. You ever seen a cancer dead? Ever seen all the poor get fed? Ever seen a prisoner set free? I promise you a change his name. Made whole. Never seen an orphan find a home. Never seen a weak find the strength. I promise you I'll change his name. Ever seen the sick get healed? Ever seen a mystery revealed?
What's up, everybody? It's time for the Hawg Slop podcast. I'm your boy, bigger T. We're joined as always by my man, Big C, Clint Clark. Clint, how you doing, buddy?
Man, I am fantastic. I'm fantastic. Now, I don't remember, did we talk about this, about my adventure coming back from Arkansas on the last podcast, or did I skip over that?
We talked about it, but I can't remember if it was on the podcast or not. I think it was.
Well, for those of you that didn't hear, I had a flat in Houston. It was not fun. It was like a whole episode, like literally they could play yakety sax in the background. And for a moment, Clint Clark no longer existed. There was just two versions of Tom Clark in this world. I was like,
Tom
fortunately,
Clark's Clint's dad, by the way.
yeah, no, yeah, and he gets really thrilled about things. So
See,
really excited, really.
you let the excitement come out. Yeah.
He things don't go well for him, and he likes to let others know that the things are not going well for him.
Yeah.
That's Tom Clark in a nutshell. I love the
Yeah.
man to death. Wouldn't be who I am without him, but he's a grumpy old man.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, just lean into it, buddy. Just lean into
Yeah,
it.
that's all you can do.
Just
All you
lean
can do.
into it.
Yeah,
The other day, Clint, I shared this through text, and this is probably TMI, but I'm going to share it anyway.
go ahead. Why not?
My doctor put in for me to have a special test.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
I've had it done, and I'm
Well,
kind of like,
but it wasn't, well, okay, when you get our age, they start wanting you to get these tests, right? But
yeah, yeah,
I didn't want to, thankfully he didn't have me do the one where you have to drink all the stuff and then go into
See,
the
I've
doctor's
done that
office.
one.
Okay,
I've done
see,
that one.
I didn't have to do that one. He did the one. There's this new wave thing, and I'd seen commercials for
Yeah.
it. Color Guard, right?
Right. Yeah.
Color Guard.
Yeah. There's like nights and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I got sent this box, and it had like all these directions on the box, and I opened it up, and then it had directions inside the box, and it had all this stuff. Okay, and so I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I did what anybody would do. Of course, I didn't read the directions.
What would you
I
do
got
that?
on YouTube and watched a video about it. And by the way, I have a new goal in life. I want to be the guy that makes that video. Like I want to be the actor in that video.
Dude.
Sort of a Andy, sort of a Andy from The Office when he went into acting and he did the
Yeah.
the eye
When
thing.
we start Hawg Slop Productions,
That's right. Yeah.
that's gonna be
And I can do
boom.
this. Okay.
I've got a filmographer. I've been pitching the idea. We're gonna do this.
So
Go
anyway,
ahead.
so what you have to do is you have to give them a sample
Yep.
of what you ate the day before, if you know what I mean.
Basically, you got to poop in a box.
it's a bucket with a good lid.
Okay, yeah.
And it
Okay,
looks real
yeah.
efficient.
Don't try to church it up, son. Just say what it is.
It's got this bracket you put over the toilet that you can, and so you just sit normally. Sitting, at least I didn't have to,
Yeah.
There was no gloves that had to be involved. There was no like weird stances or anything. That was good because
Right.
I'm not that flexible. Okay. So
Oh, yeah.
anyway, so I did the thing. You have to do like science stuff, man. You got to like do some other stuff, put some liquid in there and all this different. Anyway, so I boxed it back up real tight and neat, and it's got a Ziploc bag. You put it in you put the bucket down in the Ziploc bag, it's sealed up good. It's safe. Everything's good.
Right.
And then I'm driving to the UPS store, and it hits me. I'm driving in my truck with a box that I'm going to hand to somebody at a UPS store that contains what I ate yesterday.
Yeah.
That went through me. This is what being an adult's all about, Clint.
Yeah. No. Travis. See when I did mine, I did it like a real man. I drank the stuff, and it was now.
I'm
no,
not
Travis,
ready to be a real man, I guess.
Yeah. And see, I misread it, and I drink way too much water. But anyway, now I don't think we discussed. See, I had an episode where I was like worried about some heart stuff, and the doctor's like, "Hey, I think you're fine. I think you just ate too much the night before."
Yeah.
Because I had. I'd went to Buc-ee's and I'd made a few purchases.
Nice.
And I consumed those purchases. And I woke up at 3 a.m. saying, "This is it."
Those late night trips to gas stations. We've experienced that before.
Yeah. Some
and
good.
it can put you in a bad spot.
Myself.
But our body's not the same as it used to be.
No process. So they gave me so they wanted to do a stress test on my heart. Well, it's pretty tight, like it's not quite as tight as the MRI I had, but it's tight. And I get in there and they give me one Valium, thinking that's going to soothe me over. And I'm just like, "What's up, y'all? When's it going to kick in?" So I'm like, "All right." I talk myself, calm myself down. And so I get in it. And like I get in it and I'm like, "Nope, I can't do this." And I go to shrimp out like jujitsu. Like I'm like, okay. I'm like, "Oh, can't do this." And when I do, the entire bed shoots out. And they come in like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "Well, I just did, lady."
Claustrophobia got the best of you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I said, "All right, we're going to do it." And so I got through it, and they give you an injection towards the end of it that, they'll accelerate your heart, makes you feel short of breath and all that. So I'm sitting here claustrophobic, and there's like 6 minutes left in the test, and it's a 30-minute test. I'm like, "You got to get me out. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore." I start freaking out. And the lady comes in there, little lady comes in and goes, "You don't dare get out of there. You stay right there." And starts like verbally abusing me, like, "You stay right there, fatty." And I'm like,
Right.
"Okay." I'll stay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. I'll stay right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
So, yeah.
all right. So that's enough old man
Yeah,
medical
enough,
talk. I feel
enough.
like we're at a sitting around in my old man Sunday school class at
Uh,
church. But anyway,
like you pretty
so
much are, brother.
so here's the deal. Texas A&M comes into town. A great team.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I live in South Texas, so I was talking all kinds of junk.
good. And you know, look, Clint, the Hogs played hard. They had a better offensive and defensive line than we had. It's just
Yeah.
the truth. And but we held our own against them. We really did. And even with the rain delay, uh
Well, the rain delay, I think, helped us, if nothing else. We ended up having an SEC night game.
yeah.
So,
So what were your we didn't kind of do this very good last week, but what were your warm fuzzies from the
man, it's just the overall, the offense is just, I mean, it's just overall, it's clicking.
Mhm.
Um, we put up 40 something points on a team that's pretty freaking good. I mean,
Yeah.
A&M's every bit as good as they say they are.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, just yeah, the offense. What about you, Trev?
Well, I agree with you, the offense, but some specifics on the offense, I think Mike Washington's getting better and better. That was a good defense he was running against. The
Yeah.
offensive line blocked well. Okay, so that was part of it. But he seems to be seeing his cuts better. That was one of my complaints about him at the beginning of the year. He was missing some of his cuts. Some like he gave up a lot of yardage that he didn't see the cuts, and so I think he was seeing those a little better. Some of that may be just better scheming. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but anyway,
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Petrino's learning him and he's learning
that's right.
Petrino
Yeah,
and the offensive line, that they're playing. I mean, it's a good unit,
yeah,
but they're playing together for the first time and you could tell that
yeah.
they're clicking and they're firing on all
They are.
cylinders. Mike
Omega
Washington,
Blake still,
yeah, that was gonna be my next one. Omega Blake.
man.
Um,
I'm telling you, Clint, he's becoming. I wish we had him for about 3 years
yeah.
because he's becoming one of my favorite Razorback
Oh,
receivers.
he's no, he's
Um,
well, you got some of them guys you brought in that are looking to get drafted, and Omega Blake's one of them, and he's showing to be the go-to guy.
and he'll never be seen as one of the best ever because he's just here for a year. Okay,
He's
so
I hate to steal a phrase that was meant to be derogatory, but I don't think it's derogatory anymore. A
no,
rent a player.
yeah, he's. I
Um,
mean,
it-
he's a portal 1 year.
he's a
You
1 year.
know,
Him, Mike Washington, both portal
yeah,
1 year guys. And as Pippen would say in a press conference, we hit on those.
yeah.
We
Now
hit.
another. Uh. Oh, anyway. So what is your on offense? What's your cold pricklies?
Still, listen, Travis. This is a point I'm going to make. Um, it is Missouri. We're playing Missouri, our biggest rival right now. You've got the ball on the 25-yard line, a minute left. Who do you want at quarterback? KJ Jefferson or Taylor Green? And if they have an offensive line, give me KJ every day
Yeah,
because KJ was clutch.
yeah.
When there was a game-winning drive to be had,
And he's
especially that 9-4 year when there was a game-winning drive to be had,
yeah,
he had it, and he had some. I mean, he had those moments, and he don't get enough credit for it. He has the clutch gene.
yeah.
Talon just doesn't seem to have. You said it. He doesn't seem to have the clutch gene.
That's right.
There'll
And
be
the
an
thing is, he has it. Sometimes he has it with his legs
yeah,
at time. Like he showed it in that game with his legs. I mean, that's what I forget his name, the A&M coach, uh,
yeah, Elko.
Elko. Yeah, he talked about how great, because he burned them a few times with some clutch running plays. Okay. However, when he needs to make a pass, when he needs to make a quick decision, he holds the ball too long he doesn't make good decisions with it. And and then there was a couple times, those, I know it wasn't a one of them, I know that he took the deep sack. It was just like a second down. So he would have had, if he'd have just thrown the ball away, he would have had another chance.
Yeah.
But, he just, for some reason, man, when he's got to think, he's just not clutch on making those. And look, I'm not trying to dog the young man. I
No,
love
and
Taylor Green.
oh, I
He
do
puts
too.
his heart into it. And there's times he's got a great arm and makes some great passes. Like he makes some beautiful
Yeah.
passes at times. But he just, like you said, he just doesn't, you just don't like. And here's the thing: if I was the offensive coordinator, which I am not,
You should be.
okay, but if I was the offensive coordinator, every like clutch play that I needed him to be clutch in, I would roll him to the right and give him the option to run or pass on it.
Yeah.
And I would block it up that way. Okay. I would put some offensive linemen and some blockers in front of him and let him, and make the defense have to worry about if he's going to run or pass, and get him out to where, for one thing, if he needs to throw the ball away, he's outside the box, he can do it. Second of all, I would do that every time. Third and short, fourth and short, give him that option every stinking time. So what about defense? Do you have any
They forced a punt. Huh?
eh, eh,
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
eh.
We present to you the Texas A&M punter, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
No, I tell you, it's pretty much disrespectful to go for a 4th and 1 in a game that tight, that deep in your own territory. That's saying we know you can't stop us. And
Well,
we're
and
just
what wasn't that the one where he ran into his own blocker?
well,
So he gave
whoever it
you
was, I can't.
every
I don't know who. I
opportunity.
mean, I can't remember who it was. Was it Lee? Blew it up.
I think so. Yeah, that had the
Blew it up, and
blocker.
we
Yeah,
yeah just took the. I mean, it looked. Listen, the last time I seen an offensive lineman or blocker done like that, it was me on film. You can
yeah,
ask
yeah,
Mullins about it. He's
yeah,
seen it.
yeah,
But I mean, it was no, it was bad.
yeah,
He blew it up, and they still got it.
yeah.
It's just like that was the break they needed, and they couldn't get it. And
The only warm fuzzy I'm seeing is they do seem to be putting more effort. They do seem to be running to the ball, but there was still some video I saw of defensive backs, of linebackers, of just watching a guy run by them without even reaching out for him. Okay. So there's still some lack, even though, like, everybody's saying, look, the overall was better, overall effort. Okay. But there's still some laxes there.
yeah,
And that's why we lost. Okay. That's why we scored that many points on a defense that, we scored more points than anybody else has scored on them. And we still lost because the
yeah.
defense just couldn't.
Know,
Now,
it's hard to fathom a defense being this bad in the SEC in the NIL transfer portal era.
mm,
Um, it just I don't get it. I'm not sure. I'm sure Pittman has the ultimate final say so in the construction of the roster.
mm,
But it's hard to see him put that roster together on defense and think, okay, this is good enough.
yeah.
I just,
Well, and the depth, Clint. I mean, look, we had guys playing in this game that hadn't played all year yet, or hadn't played hardly, like maybe just in mop up duty. Like,
yeah,
we had guys playing significant roles. I mean, there was one time that there was, like, I mean, guys that I didn't even know who they were. They were in there. Okay, so I mean, it was, that's a big problem. Okay, and we
yeah.
got some injuries. We got Oki, and who's uh the other big man, Micah
Gerard.
Not Gaffard, but the other one.
Oh, I am great for it.
Anyway, but yeah, we got another two defensive tackles out. So, and they're supposed to be really good ones.
Yeah.
So,
But still, I mean, even at that, having two defensive tackles out is not an excuse to be this poor on defense.
yeah.
Um, so, but at the end of the day, it was what it was, another close loss. Um,
And so we need to come up with our players of the game. And who's your player of the game for
Omega
offense?
Blake, man, that catch in the end zone the last time I saw a catch that good for a touchdown was that one that Traylon Burks made in the corner of the end zone. Like it was that good. The way he just snatched out of the air.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a Sports Center top 10, but it should have been.
Yeah.
So Omega Blake, um, honorable mention. I'm going to say it, and I hope you're not going to say him, but Rohan Jones just keeps impressing.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Neither one I was going to say, but I mean, I agree with you, Blake. The person I'm going to give it to is partially like he had a really good game, I thought, this game, but it's also accumulative because I think he's made a big difference in our offensive line this year, and that's Caden Kittler.
yeah,
He keeps impressing me. Now, there was one play he got kind of blown up by a guy, but that happens. But, especially when he was pulling out to the right and everything. But the guy, I think one of the reasons the offensive line is doing so much better is, as well as I do, man. You know better than I do. The center is key to the communication up front.
yeah.
Okay. He's the quarterback of that offensive line most of the time. And so the communication is better on this offensive line this year. Now, some of that may be because Carmona's in it another year and some other things and just better players. But
Yeah.
I think Kittler has a lot to do with that. I really do. And I've just been really impressed with him. And so he's going to be he's my offensive player of the game. Defensive. This one's a little tougher.
Yeah, me and you were talking about this before this is a hard time coming up with it. I'm going to give it to Cam Ball because he's my boy,
Yeah.
and also he's logging a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
He is logging more snaps than a defensive lineman should. He
Yeah.
is,
Especially
he,
defensive tackle. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Well,
mean, he
any
just
defensive line. Yeah. But yeah.
and we listen, guys. When you're for those of you that didn't play football, when you're an interior offensive lineman, you get some like showy blocks at tackle and stuff like that. But when you're a guard, center tackle, defensive tackle, you are hitting another large human being
Yeah.
every single play.
Well, and with the lack of depth, quality depth this team has, when that offensive line looks, when they're game planning, okay, they're worried about Cam Ball and Quincy Rhodes. So they're going to double team those guys as much as possible. They're going to chip help with Rhodes. Rhodes, you're going to get like a tackle on a linebacker on.
And I'm
tight
starting to
end on
see.
him.
I mean, of course, this could change very well, but I'm seeing mock drafts with Quincy going in round 1.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like legit, so.
But so I agree with you, Cam Ball, once again because he's our boy, friend of the show. So anyway,
been on twice.
So this week, Clint, my mind changes about coaches over the years. And a guy that I kind of sort of liked a few years ago, but he keeps running that. And I think he's even run it even more since he's been at Auburn.
Yeah.
And that's Hugh Freeze. Not a fan. Not a fan of Hugh Freeze.
But here's the thing. We're going to find we're going to find out a lot about Hugh Freeze this week.
Yeah.
No, you really are, because it's going to be how this Auburn team comes out at Arkansas. Because here's the thing. Auburn wants to fire.
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
They wanted to in the offseason.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You go to 2-5, it isn't now, or is it 2-4?
Are
we 2-5?
For sure. Yeah.
It was 2 and something. It's not good.
Yeah.
So you go to 2 for win school in Arkansas
Yeah.
with an interim coach,
Yeah.
a team that
A
that's
coach that you at one time tried to hire.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Away from
you
Louisville.
you go lose to that guy, you're not going to keep your job.
No.
I mean, I think Hugh Freeze is coaching for his job.
Oh, for sure.
At this game, I do think they will fire Hugh Freeze if they lose to Arkansas,
Yep.
and
Yep.
and his team knows that.
Yep.
You had an Arkansas team that knew that played their butts off against Ole Miss, and they played hard. Offensively, they played hard against Memphis. They
Yeah.
fumbled it away. I don't think they had let go of the rope at Memphis.
Yeah.
But they knew they're playing for Coach Pittman's job at
Yeah.
Notre Dame, and they quit.
Yeah.
I mean, so that told you what you need to know about what you need to do with Sam Pittman. I think this game will do the same with you, Freeze.
And now,
And
of course, Auburn has some talent. They got some
no, they
talent
do.
on
They always
defense.
do.
They got a receiver that's a stud. Um, they've had some struggles with their quarterback, um, things like that, and that's one of the reasons Freeze is under such scrutiny is because he hasn't put a good quarterback out there, a solid quarterback out there in a while. So he's supposed to be the quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer guy, right? So
Well,
defensive
and
guy.
thankful for that guy. He's going into Arkansas and playing against our defense. So
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
no,
If
especially if you go
anybody
in and
can
you have
make him look like a Heisman winner,
yeah. But
that's
if
us.
you're Auburn and you go in there and have a bad offensive game at Arkansas,
Yeah.
I mean, just for real,
Oh yeah. Oh
if
yeah.
you go in there, but here you got a guy coaching for a job and you got a guy coaching to keep it for another week.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's really when you think of the coaching dynamic in this game, it is a strange thing.
Yep.
Because I don't know, a lot of the fans, they're wanting to keep Petrino and so
Before
but
we're
go
about to get
ahead.
into the coaching thing, but before we do that, let's give our prediction for this Auburn game.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at. So I really think this is a lot of people want Petrino to have the job. They do. And I don't think it would have been fair to judge him against A&M and Tennessee. They're both playoff contenders.
Hmm.
Those are teams you should lose to.
Yeah.
You have teams you can beat now.
Yeah.
And you're starting with this one. This is a team you can beat. This is a team that they're looking for you to put your foot on their throat and put them down.
Yeah.
They are. But this is also a team that played Georgia tough last week.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to pick Auburn, and it pains me to do so because I just want you to prove to me you can do it. Quit letting me down. I'm going to go Auburn 38, Arkansas 31.
I'm gonna go Arkansas because I'm blinded by my love for the Hogs.
No, I want to pick Arkansas, and I think we can win this game, and that's what pains me.
And I'm gonna think it's gonna be high scoring. So I'm gonna say 45-41
Okay.
Hogs. I'm gonna say it's gonna be similar to the A&M game. I think it's gonna be another high scoring
Yep.
game. So that being said, last week, Clint, we talked about our unofficial, non-existent sources and what they're
Right.
telling us on
Yeah.
the coaching search,
Totally made up.
who the top coaches are. And we had our top three. Okay. Who was your top three?
I know it was Jerry Franklin, the brother of James Franklin.
Yeah, that's right.
The coach at North Texas, and there was another one in there that I don't remember. So I'm an old man, Travis. You can't expect me to keep up with this stuff.
Okay.
That's what I have you here.
Well, my number one was Alex Golish.
Well, I do like me some Golish.
My number two was Dan Mullins.
Yes.
And my
We had
number three was
0.0 interest in this
my
show.
number three was Deion Sanders. Okay,
Okay.
that was my three. Travis Once. Okay.
Okay.
And we mentioned you had mentioned Morris. I'd also mention Khan, G.J. Khan from Texas State was also
Yeah.
somebody. So has yours changed any, or who would your top three be?
James Franklin is still at the top of my list, 110%. Um, I mean, I think he didn't sound like on game day he was going to be out of coaching very long.
Yeah,
Um, I was warming up to the idea of Mullen until he said I mean, like when he said he had zero point zero interest in the job, it
yeah,
hurt.
yeah,
That
yeah,
bothered me. But when you suggested we hire Gus Malzahn, you just ticked me off.
yeah.
So, oh, did you see, Travis? I know we're in the middle of more coaching search, but you know what Florida State, they said they're going to wait till the end of the year to make a decision on Mike Norvell. Do you know what it's going to cost to buy out the coaching staff?
No,
The entire coaching staff, not just Norvell, but to buy out the entire coaching staff.
uh-uh.
$100 million.
Wow,
So,
wow, man,
$100 million
that's crazy.
to buy out the entire. I don't know. Well, I guess they have very well paid. I guess Gus is well paid, and that. By the way, my number two choice is now John Gruden.
Oh, Gruden's too, huh?
Yeah, Gruden's too. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm Jerry Franklin, James Franklin's brother.
Yeah.
Then we're going Gruden, and then go ahead and give me Red Lashley in the three hole.
All right, so that's changed a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I've been doing some reading, and what they said is like, look, no one else is as high on Rhett as Arkansas will be.
Yeah.
Like Arkansas is high on Rhett. It'll be between Rhett, it'll be between SMU and us. Where does he want to coach?
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, Rhett. But by the way, I really do think Petrino could win. Petrino wins these next two games. I think it's over.
Well,
And
and I
they're
want to
winnable
talk
games.
about that after I tell you my list.
Okay, go ahead
We'll
then.
come back to that. Okay.
I'm going to right here. Lips are sealed. Just
Okay.
cut it out
All
of the
right.
podcast. No one cares.
So my number one choice, I'm gonna start with number one instead of going three up. I'm gonna go with one because three I think is gonna be a surprise. It's a name that hasn't been mentioned by I don't think hardly
Well,
anyone.
I started at one with James Franklin, and
Okay,
then
so
Gruden, then three. Yeah,
so my number one is still Alex Golesh. That's
I
the guy.
like Alex
I'm
Golesh. I really
intrigued
do.
by him, and I think it's a possibility.
He has said that he's committed to South Florida, though.
Yeah, he has. But my number two, I'm softening my stance on Franklin.
Yeah.
I think with as many job openings as there are, I think since we got into it early, I think maybe we take a shot at him and try to offer something. Okay. My original argument was that it'd be tough to convince, especially the boosters. Okay. I think fans would get behind him, but I think it would be tough to convince the boosters to hire somebody that just got fired.
Yeah, I would say he's got a better resume than believe what he
No,
can.
and I agree with you. I'm just saying, like it's like if you're talking boosters, you're talking about people that owns a company, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you're hiring an executive at Walmart, you wouldn't go pick up somebody that just got fired at Tyson.
Oh no, I
You
get
know what I
what
mean?
you're saying.
So I mean that's what I'm saying. So
But also, there's sometimes you look at an employee. I can't believe that guy's on the market.
that's true. And I know football's different than that. So
Yeah.
that's a bad argument. Maybe. So but I'm softening on that. I'm thinking,
Go ahead.
okay, he may be serious.
Number three. That's
Here's
coming down
number
left field.
three. A name that hadn't really been talked about, and no one else is probably going to get excited about this guy. Okay. But I'm going to ask you, Clint, do you want to start rowing your boat?
Okay.
Do you want to start rowing your boat?
PJ Fleck, huh?
PJ Fleck from Minnesota. I don't know why. I've always liked the guy. I like the row the boat theme. I like the idea behind it. I like the motivation behind it. That Minnesota is not an easy place to do as well as he's done there. I'm
He
not
would
saying he's
probably bring Lindsey with him.
I'm not saying he's just killed it there, okay? But that's not an easy place to win, right?
No.
It's not an easy place to recruit to. All those things. He's done pretty well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think
Plus, you got to remember, here's the other thing. And this is my insider, outsider, non-existent sources. But it's something in there. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. Not you got the Lindsay connection, right?
right.
So you got his Lindsay, his dad played for Arkansas. His grandfather played for Arkansas and one of the biggest boosters up there. Also, Mr. Bo Mattingly is good friends with him. Bo Mattingly's production company did a reality show where he followed PJ Fleck around in the off season, and he entered and like did a whole like reality show about what he was doing up at Minnesota when he first got there. So I'm not saying Bo's going to recruit him. Okay, I'm not saying he's got the power to do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that gives him a little more familiarity with Arkansas because I'm sure they talked about Arkansas a little bit, and that matters in these kind of situations. So anyway,
No,
that's
no,
my
it
argument.
does. Yeah, no, and I think I had Cliff Kingsbury on my list last week.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I did that. That's who I was trying to think who I had because I knew it was Morris from West Texas or North Texas.
But
And
here's the deal, Clint, and this will go back to what you'd kind of brought up earlier. And but here's who I think it's going to end up being. You ready? Those are my lists that I want
yep.
in the order I would want them, and that they intrigue me. But here's who I think it's going to be. And it's not my favorite, but I'm willing to get behind him. I think it's going to end up being Bobby Petrino.
No, I agree with you. I really do. I think it's going to be Petrino. Um,
When I
well,
talked about last week, I talked about the sliding scale. I talked about the right people got to tell us no. He's got to win a certain amount of games, and they got to show the effort. Those three things. Well, there's another one in that sliding scale that I didn't think about, and that's how many stinking openings there are right now.
yeah. Well, and I mean, like, look at Florida. They just fired Billy Napier after a win.
Yeah,
He went out there and did his job,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, and it wasn't like the last game of the season. It's like they looked at it and go, okay, we got to get in. We got to get in now.
Well,
And I think it's,
and there's a possibility by the end of the year, not only are we competing against Florida now and Virginia Tech, Florida State is a possibility. Clemson's still a possibility. Auburn's a possibility.
yeah.
And oh, by the way, whose names have been floated for some of those big jobs?
I mean,
Lane Kiffin and Eli Drinkowitz.
Yeah.
So you got the possibility of, I mean, Drinkowitz is being talked about for Penn State, among other places. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got, man, there's a possibility that all those could be open and we're competing against all of them. It may be it may be the best choice we got by far.
Well, it's not like in listen, you used to be, you looked at in the old model, you looked at okay, who can I get the best high school recruits are? That era is done and dead with.
Yeah.
It's over. It could not be more over with.
Yeah.
But now it's okay. How can I pay these kids?
Yeah.
So you've got to figure out if you're Arkansas, like how big of a budget can I give them to go out and buy players?
Yeah.
That's what it's about now. They want to know what you're going to pay them. I mean, you look at Indiana just paid that guy $12 million almost a season. Like,
well, and
wow.
that's what Hunter Yurchek and the board of trustees and the boosters right now. I mean, that's what they're trying to figure out is what kind of pay package, what kind of money package for NIL, and all that stuff. What are we able to put together to offer this next coach? And not just that, but coaches are looking for, we need scouts. We need a scouting department like the NFL has, because that's what that's where they talk about Arkansas is way behind compared to some of these other college. That's what Ole Miss has that we don't have very good. Are they going to empower our little Remy or whatever, the general manager guy? Are they going to give him the people right now? It's just him. He doesn't have a staff. Are they going to put a staff under him to help the football team out with those kind of things?
Yeah.
Because
Well, there's an
coaches are
arms
looking
race
for
out there and
more.
we're behind and we've
Yeah.
got to catch up. I mean, we just do. And here's the thing. Petrino's got the chance to win the job. If he wins these next two games, which are both winnable, he wins at Auburn at home and wins at Mississippi State at home. I think the job's his. I really do.
Well,
I think they.
And I think the noise from the fans is going to be so deafening that.
Yeah, if he wins these next two games, they'll just go ahead and pull that interim tag off.
Well, I think the fans will revolt if they don't, because so many people are so vocal about wanting him. And I've gotten in a couple conversations on Facebook, and folks, I just want to address this here. One guy he said, we need to just sign him right now because all these other schools are going to come after him. Look, I'm fine if we end up with Bobby, but no other big name school is coming after him.
No, they're not.
Coach.
And what's he done
We're
so
the
far?
best. We're the best job he's going to get. We're the best job he's going to get.
No. And let me ask you, what's he done that Sam Pittman hasn't done? What's he done?
Oh, you're going to get Clint, you better watch your mouth now. You might as well brought up politics or religion.
I don't really
or grandma's
Travis.
Banana pudding or something. It tastes bad saying that. What are you talking about?
Oh no.
I agree with you, but still,
okay.
I mean, Clint,
here's
you're
the
crazy.
no. You're right,
crazy.
Travis. I stand corrected. I want to stand corrected.
Saying that
I was wrong. Sam Pittman had game-winning drives going, and Bobby Petrino's offense turned the ball over. And Bobby Petrino's team got behind.
Get in the comments, folks. We got a comment section on YouTube.
And then Bobby Petrino just got behind multiple touchdowns and couldn't quite catch up.
We're on all the social medias.
I mean, did I lie, Travis?
No, you didn't lie. I agree with you. We're like the only podcast saying this. We're the only one.
And it's not like I don't like Bobby Petrino.
Just call us Dave Portnoy. We're the only one. We're the haters.
You lost close games. Well, we had a guy we're paying not to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Look,
so
the only thing you can say is the effort's been better, and I agree. The effort's been better. But to say that's just because Bobby Petrino yelled at him and cussed him a little bit is saying a whole lot. Okay, because maybe they just said, hey guys, we just got half of our football coaches fired, and everybody on social media is making fun of us and showing clips of us watching running backs and receivers run by us because we're not even trying. Maybe we should start trying now. Maybe that happened. Maybe they just nutted up a little bit. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, I don't know. We're not in practice. We don't know. Maybe it is because Bobby yelled at him.
The defense ran slightly harder. Give Petrino the job right now.
Yeah.
Win a game. You know what?
You're right. But like you said, he wins the next two. Add that. Look, remember my sliding scale. We got 4 things now on my sliding scale, right? It's like an abacus. Look at me throwing out a old school word right there. Some of you old folks know
scales of justice.
Some of you need to Google that. Abacus. I'm not going to spell it for you. Just sound it out.
This is kind of like when Coach Mullins told me I had number 1. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, on that sliding scale, okay, for Petrino to get the job, he's got to win some games. They got to show effort. We haven't seen the winning games yet. We're starting to see the efforts better. We're still seeing some slacking. Okay, watch the game film. There's still some slacking, but overall the effort's better. Okay, but we also, the right people got to tell us no. The Franklins, the the big name people that we're going to offer first. We've already had one with Dan Mullins. It sounds like told us no. Someone that rumors were he was showing us interest. And then now, what's happening with all these other jobs? That's the fourth row of the abacus that's coming on there. Okay, so I think, like I said, I think in the end, Bobby ends up with it. But folks, let's remember, you heard it here first. So in 5 years, remember I told you this. Bobby Petrino has a pattern. Every job he's had, it's the same pattern. They spike, they do good, everything awesome for a couple years, and those years are awesome. We lived through some of them 13 years ago or whatever. It was awesome. But what happens is things start falling off. Okay. And he ends up leaving the place as bad or worse than he found it. Every job he's had, except the Arkansas job before, and you could say he left it worse than he had it then. Okay. But he just didn't get to finish that arc. Okay.
No, and I think
That's just the way it happens.
You got to keep in mind, he kind of got fired at Missouri State.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he got fired at Missouri State, and he got fired at Louisville.
Yeah.
He did get. Now that being said, it does sound like Petrino's been humbled a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a different world. And I think honestly, I think it's a world that Bobby Petrino's better suited for than Sam Pittman.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking about as a football coach. It has nothing to do. It has to do with the transfer portal, the NIL era.
Yeah.
I think a personality, you need to have a personality more like Petrino than you do Pittman.
Yeah.
And
I think in the prepping the team, because look, we love Pittman, but I've said it several times. There's something in his leadership. There's a flaw that the team just didn't come together like they should on game day. Sometimes, a lot of times, sometimes he surprised us and they did good, and sometimes they came up short. And whatever that was. But anyway,
but he's got the opportunity now. Travis, there's another major sport. They're actually playing their big game right now. Their big series, the World Series, is coming up.
Yeah.
You know who's in the World Series this year?
Let's see.
I don't follow baseball quite like I used to.
Seattle got beat out, so the Blue Jays.
Seattle lost to the Toronto Blue Jays.
That's right, the Blue Jays, because Don Mattingly's a bench coach, and he's getting to go as a coach. They're getting to go to the World Series.
First time ever to the World Series.
Yeah.
Vladimir
my
Guerrero,
favorite player.
Is it Vladdy Jr., the big player for the Blue Jays? And then, Shohei Ohtani had one of the greatest performances ever.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, it deserves to be mentioned on this podcast because
hey, Shohei, man, what a
pitched
game.
6 innings of scoreless ball, I think a couple hits, and hit 3 home runs.
He hit more home runs than he gave up hits as a pitcher. People are saying it's the greatest baseball individual game
performance ever. Yeah. But that's not why I brought up baseball, but I'm happy we brought that up. San Francisco Giants have an opening. And do you know who the rumored candidate, like the guy that's going to get the job?
Our old buddy.
Tony Vitello, head coach. He'll be the first coach ever to go from college to the majors. And what they said is basically they said Tony Vitello is the guy that's cocky enough to come in and go, I can beat the Dodgers.
Yes, right, yeah.
And they said that's why they love him.
Yeah.
I can beat the Dodgers. So.
Well, it's crazy. And the NBA starts tonight. Of course, like most people, we may not pay as much attention until later on in the year, but still, hey, it's starting. It's good. It's another sport. In case you get bored, watch that.
Oh no, well, there's a lot. Then there's a lot of Hogs playing now.
Yeah,
and that's what makes
and the basketball team plays Cincinnati Friday night, right? Isn't that the first game? Yeah. So
the exhibition probably
exhibition deal. Yeah. So
that'd be nice. Yeah, no,
basketball's about here.
I think I saw them ranked 14th in the country preseason.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of them deals that it shouldn't take them as long to gel. They got a killer schedule, man. They got a killer. Calipari does not take it easy.
No.
I mean, he'll get him occasional cupcake, but you may play 2 cupcakes, then you're going to play a Baylor or something like that.
They'll be ready for the tourney for sure.
Yeah.
Well, folks, thanks so much for watching and listening. Like, share, comment. We got a little salty on the Petrino stuff now, so let us know what you think. We made some of y'all mad. Some of y'all are like,
I may get some hateful text.
Like, look, I saw Dave Portnoy said the other day, he said, I love hate. We don't love hate, but you know what I mean? It gets clicks. That's what we want. So tell us what you think. We stupid? We crazy? Tell us how we're wrong. Tell us how Petrino's the greatest thing ever, the greatest coach ever. Go ahead, lay it on us, because that's what a lot of Razorback fans think. But he may be our coach, and you know what? If he is our coach, I guarantee you, these 2 Razorback fans right here, we're going to support him and back him.
And you know what? All I'm asking you to do is win a game. Win 2 of them.
Yeah.
Win 2 of them.
Just win, baby. Just win.
Hey.
Well, Clint, as always, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor.
The pleasure is, hey, Travis.
Yeah.
I got to tell a story real quick before we wrap it up. We're not quite at our hour, so you got time to listen to my nonsense.
Well, hurry up. That's getting late. Come on.
Okay.
I get up at 4:30.
No, I'll tell you next time. I'm going to keep you waiting until next week.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come.